with Dr. Schambaugh was a surgeon, and we were very, very fortunate to have him because he was excellent. But however, he operated, he tried to find something to operate on every day. Because, and of course I questioned him about this one day, and he said, well, he says, would you like for me to take a piece of shrapnel out next to your brain when I hadn't had a forceps in my hand for 2 weeks? Kind of like a pianist going to a concert without any practice. So anyhow, I was real fascinated with him, and we did some real marvelous things in surgery. We had a young fellow that come in one day with a bellyache, and as the good Lord was looking on, and he told me, Dr. Schambaugh went by, I hollered at him and said, Doctor, could you take a look at this fellow? He come in and looked at him and says, get him in surgery stat. So anyhow, I rounded up the surgery crew, and we operated on him. When he got into him, why, here was his pancreas, and here was a squirt of blood coming out of it. He'd have been dead in another 20 minutes. And this was the closest call we ever come. But anyhow, I thought it was really fantastic. And not only that, but Dr. Schambaugh was always on call whenever we had a patient that wasn't. Dr. Ziegler was by the same token, was just as eager in that. And I worked with Dr. Ziegler also on a surgery, which was an electrician dropped him a motor on his hand and cut the tendons in these two fingers. And he also was an accomplished pianist. So anyhow, Doc Ziegler got him, and he got me to help him, which I didn't work with him that much. But anyhow, we worked on this guy for about 3 hours trying to pull these tendons together and get them tied together with the hopes that it might work. We didn't really know that it would. And right in the middle of this, we have air defense. My battle station is on the signal bridge. So the first corpsman comes through, I said, get your gloves on and take my place. Dr. Ziegler says, Davis, stay here. I said, I can't, Doc. There's nobody on my battle station. Go. Well, anyhow, the nice thing about that was that before we left the ship, we got to listen to this guy play the piano one more time. It was fantastic, but I really honestly did not believe it would work, but it did.